welcome back on the Blade Break channel. Today we will be playing the Iyslander deck. This is the Hamilton's deck with some tweaks to it. So basically what we've changed in here is the yellow Fiendal's Fighting Spirits. Those were removed and we've included either Ice Veins yellow for those. And this is strictly used because of the aggro meta right now. So we will be using that against Dash and against Fi, just to be able to disrupt their hand, disrupt their turns effectively. The yellow Fighting Spirits were used basically because of the Dromai as breakers, and not a lot of that today. So yeah, we've changed that to the Ice Vein. Another change would be this rounds on me. So originally we had the Brothers in Arms blue. We've changed that to this particular card also because of the aggro meta. So basically we want to start each game if we win the roll, and if we draw into that one on the first turn, we can always play that and cripple the first turn of the opponent by that card. So yeah, and it's a free block blue, so we will try that out. So that's all the changes we've made to the original deck, and the deck will be of course posted in the description below the video. And yeah, let's go into the games. So the first match we will be playing today is against Oldhim. And for the Oldhim, we want to use the setup with the Frost Hexes. So we will include the E-Pots, not necessarily any Ice Veins. Let's take the good blocking card. We do not need Hypos or Blizzards, so we will stay within that range. For the equipment, just the blockings and maybe the peak. We will of course go first, aiming at establishing the Frost Hex or the Insidious Chill on the first turn, maybe Amulet. If we're lucky, we will be able to get at least one of those cards onto the field, but we're not. Hence, maybe let's just Arsenal and pass, and for the Arsenal, we can consider the Sync. If they are able to dominate something, we can then block and use the Sync. And that is the aim of the games, to maintain high life total, at least up until we can establish the combo pieces. So yeah, and those Oldhim those days are playing the aggressive setups with the Machos red or the Footsteps, Glacial Footsteps red. So we want to be able to block those. There is no pummel available right now. We can leave the Ice Vein to take some cards out of their hand next turn. So let's take one. We will not be sinking, just to be sure that we can play that. They of course will prevent that, but that way we will at least take one of the cards and filter out the hand, aiming to draw the setup pieces. So one blue taken. Now let's Arsenal. No setup pieces yet, but we have the attack that is taking more cards out of their hand. They are using Crown. I can reply to that with the Cold Snap. So now they need to use 2 cards if they want to play attack for 6 resources. We can block with 1 card, deal 3 damage, and attack with Fiendal next turn, arsenaling the Hail. Playable from Tunic if needed. Let's just hope they will follow up with the Icy Hammer is an issue because we will not be able to play the Fighting Spirit of 1 card. but this is the glacial footstep, and I guess we will be blocking that with the whole hand, but they cannot prevent the damage right now, at least not the whole 3, so they will be taking 2. Oh, there was a crown pending, so 1. And they're dealing 6. I guess we can block like that. Arsenal the attack. None of those played on instant level will do any good, and that way maybe we can maintain some pressure next turn. So already we have a Frost Hex and non-blocking hand, which is not ideal. We want to not waste that. But it's just a Frosty 4, and we can play that and that and Arsenal that, so we will take the 4. Potentially 8, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's even better that we did not block. Now we can play something. Maintaining high life total is important, but that way we will gain 2 life back and represent some aggression, potentially taking a huge turn out of their hand. And now we can play that one and still be able to play Demon and Arsenal the Frost Hex. So the aim here is that we will take multiple cards out of their hand, so that the Frost Hex is easily played next turn, so that they will not represent too much of the aggression, or take 9 total, bringing us to almost same HP. Okay, so they used the crown now of the tunic, meaning they have a significant attack in hand, potentially with the dominate. If needed, we can block 4 and 7 with the hand. Okay, so they are using some resources. All in all, we did like 2 damage. Not ideal, but we took like 2 cards. This one is kinda neat. It's not a Frosty. That's good. Frosty would be worse. So we do not want to block that necessarily. We want to play the Ice Vein next turn. I guess we could block that, but it's maybe not worth now. Yeah, let's take the 4. They will prevent the 1. The other plan would be to block with 1 card, use the crown now and Arsenal. But that way we should be able to at least take 2 cards. I mean, they will use the crown, prevent some of that, but they cannot prevent all, meaning they have to pay. So either they take like 3 damage and 1 card out of their hand, or yeah, that's the best what they can do. So now this will hit. I can use the amulet if needed, but it's not a good idea right now. We should leave those for the Ice Eternal turns, and 3 cards in the hand is okay, I guess. They took 1 damage. And we have the second Frost Hex. So now we can even block with those 2. Play that, Arsenal that. Yeah, there will be a follow-up with a hammer, I guess. So now we won't be able to play that. So it's maybe worth to block that fully. Or we can represent the 7 by paying for that. I don't want this channel to be maintained. And if we do not want this to be maintained, we have to play that, paying with the e-pot. They do not have the crown now. I mean, if I block the hammer and just arsenal pass and be left with the e-pot in hand, then again I have non-blocking card in hand. I cannot play the arsenal, and they have 4 cards, 2 of which can be ice to maintain the channel for another turn. This way we did at least some damage. They want to maintain the channel, I guess. This will be... they will not, but they have the resources for the pummel, which is kinda unfortunate. But we can play it like that, so they will not be able to play it. And now block 3. They will take 1. Ice Eternal on the bottom, which is unfortunate. And they have a lot of resources right now. Would be good to have that to play. So this is a good block. Glacial with the pummel available. So let's block like that. If they pummel right now, I will play that Frost Hex to yeah. Let's play that Frost Hex and play that. We will of course be discarding that one, but at least we stay a bit healthy right now. They are taking 3. We have the Ice Eternal. We will block that one fully, I guess. We cannot block it fully, but we can block a lot. So let's do that. Yeah. And on our turn we will play the Amulet and Arsenal the Ice Eternal. can present like 4 frostbites. Yeah, let's do that, I guess. Because we can take a lot of cards out of their hand. They want to follow up with the Frosty. Assuming they have like 3 blues. If I break one of the amulets, I need to break 2 of the amulets to prevent them from attacking with the Winter's Wail. I don't know if it's stuck. Yeah, it's stuck. So let's say it's an 8. We will fuse that. So we are creating 4 frostbites, and now let's break that. Let's see what they do. Maybe one of those is not a blue. Okay, so now we need to do this one. So this will cost 6. Yeah, they discarded, so that's the end of it. And I should have pitched that one and leave the Insidious Chill. That's a misplay on my side, like a huge one. Now they have to prevent like 12 damage. I have 2 more Ice Eternals. Playing that one would be good. And they will maintain the channel, I guess. No, not really. But they dominated the attack. So I can block with that one. And that one. So I will be taking 4. So let's take the 4. And I can even take that one out. So maybe we can fuse that. Playing the bull is better. And I have to pitch anyway. So yeah, that's the case. We will take 4. Now let's take some cards out of their hand. This is representing 8. If they take all that, they are putting themselves in a potential kill scenario. Yep. So dealing 7 now. And I can play that off Tunic and maybe use the Striders if needed. There is 2 Ice Eternals, one has been pitched a few turns ago, so there is only a chance to draw the second one. They are playing the Insidious Chill, that's nice. 3 cards, that's great. This is where we want to be. And that's fine, I guess. We will use the Tunic. we will use that one. So they will get the frostbite. We will draw a card. We can block with that one. Next turn use. We can block with. We can deal 3 now. And this is a frosty, so we can do it like that, not to get the frostbite, to be able to play the Ice Vein and take some more cards out of their hand. Now another 3 damage. Let's use that one. And definitely we are taking some cards, maybe pushing some damage. And hopefully next turn we will draw that Ice Eternal and not get killed by an attack with Dominate. Like a 10 Dominate is a kill. And for them to be able to play that, they need 3 cards, but it's 4 cards. So if they give me another one, I am paying to save the shoes. Definitely paying to save the shoes. Definitely paying. Yeah, so they are left at 2 cards, 1 card even. And I can make that 0. To avoid the hammer, but not really. Yeah, so we are breaking that. Pitch that. Choose an instant. Let's say for fuse. Take the card. And that would be a GG, I guess. Now the star, the moon. So they are at 4, and this is dealing 6. They are at 3, and this is dealing 6. So that's a GG. Yeah. Yeah. I was kind of lucky with the setup. I found 3 frost hexes kind of early. So that was lucky. The usual case is that you will have 1 or 2, but you will then have some insidious chills and maybe be able to take the whole hand and set up those Ice Eternals with E-Pods where you have like 5 frostbites dealing 15 damage if it's fused, and do it 2 times and that's the GG then. But with the 3 it's much easier, you can just play the Ice Eternal without E-Pods and still do the thing. So yeah, let's look for some other matchups now, and yeah, see you in a sec. The second match will be played against Azalea, and we will go first in here. Of course, she will be going tall, and we want to prevent that from happening, so we need to maintain the aggression. We kinda do not need the anti-go again setup in that case. So I'm guessing maybe the heart will do. Yeah. And that's the setup we'll use. So no blizzards, no hypos, no scars. And yeah, let's say we are ready. They will be going first, I guess, this game. No, they've let us to go first, so we will happily set up the Insidious Chill. And I am wondering about arsenaling the Ice Vein. They have like 2AB, meaning this will take card out of their hand. So we can arsenal that. But then again, we will have to block with 2 cards next turn. Yeah, I guess that's alright. Don't know if this is a good idea. This was a sure blue with the fusion, and we just let them filter the hand. So preferably do not do that. Just arsenal that and should be fine. Happily, we were able to secure something. Now let's see if we want to play the bull, block with 2 and play the bull, or block with 2 and play the ice vein. So as expected, they will be going tall. And if they get the tempo in here because of some dominated tall attack and would be keen on letting that hit, we would rather block with this and that and play the ice vein, because this will take the card out of their hand, this not necessarily. And we will be able to play 1 action during our turn, so this is a dominated attack. And we want to block 3 in here, taking 5. So now what we can do is decide if we want to go either of those ways, but we will go with the bull, leaving a free block in a hand. Yeah, figured that. So they have the E strike, and if they want to do it like that, we can go 5, go again into the chill, which will be 9 altogether, taking some cards out of the hand. So maybe let's try doing that instead of blocking here. No, the plan is now off. So let's block. How can we block that so that we maintain the arsenal? We need to do it like that. This at least will let us maintain the arsenal. So those are the 2. Hopefully last one is somewhere at the bottom. Okay, so we took 2 cards. Unfortunately, okay, this changes things a lot. This changes things a lot. Do I want to play the channel right now? I'm not sure. Second seek. So they are using heavy. This will have go again, and they have a resource to do something. I guess I can block 6. And the truth is that Do I have to wait for that? I can just make their turn a bit tougher for them. And next turn play the Ice Vein. Yeah. This gives them nothing with the channel. And so we can do that. And now let's do the thing. I want to chill to manage the hand next turns. It's not a race yet, but it will be soon. Seek and destroy. Yeah. Let's play it right now. And we can even, after that's done, and they play the Seek, break the shoes and do that. Let's see if they will continue. So they are playing Seek. Let's swing the tempo right now. This may look a bit weird, but they just effectively are taking 5 damage now and do nothing. And we can continue that trend, or we can just use the Fiandals and arsenal that. So maybe let's do that. That's a 6. What we want to do with the 6? We can let the 6 go. Let's use the moon now. Yeah. For dominated, we can block 3 out of it. Get the life back in here. With the Fiandal, doesn't matter. So let's do that and leave the Ice Vein in here so that we can cripple the hand. They will take 7, but gain 3 in the meantime. That's the last one, I guess. Yeah. Arsenal. This is kinda tricky. Yeah, let's do that. Then we can go with 7 and Arsenal. They just have 1 less AB right now. I will take the 5. And I will go with the 7. Arsenaling that because this is the 5 damage, so if they let that through, they are at 5, at 6. The last red in the ledger. We can play that off tunic even. And I am considering it right now. Because then we can arsenal that, play that. Yeah, let's take the resource of tunic. And play that. So we want to play that and have this in arsenal, meaning we can block 4 this turn. So they've prevented 1. Gladly. Now let's go for 7. This is representing 7 damage, so they need to be wary. Arsenal. Right now I want to kinda block. Okay, so if they do it like that, I am going to do that because it's another 3 damage. And another 7, and this will represent 6. Which is kinda representing little, almost. Yeah, let's kinda make them wary right now. And we can just block 6 with the thing. No reason to. So they are at 4. I guess let's ping them for another damage. And block it with the sink. Yeah, react to that. They're basically dead because they did not prevent that. I don't know why, but they're not going to live through the next turn. And this is dominated. I can even do that since I have the spare resources. No reason not to, especially because of the drill shots. So now let's arsenal and win from here. Yeah, let's do that and that. They basically need to have 2. Oh, that's GG. Yeah. Kinda easy matchup, I would say. The only problem is where they hit those dominate attacks and you have no way to respond to that. But if they go into the strategy of hitting the dominated attacks, you can always respond to the ability itself with something like Ice Eternal. Create so many frostbites that they are not able to play the attack at all. So there are some ways to deal with that. Yeah, fortunately they were not hitting those too much, so we were kinda healthy. So yeah, let's look for another opponent now. Next up we will play against Bravo. And for the Bravo we kinda do not want to set up, because they will be dominating attacks each turn, so there is no place to set up, I guess. So maybe let's take out the non-blocking cards, leave 1 potion in case we will be able somehow to set up, but go into the disrupt mode a bit, just to maybe take the tempo out of them a bit. So looking at the AB, they have 3, just enough to deal with the blue ice veins. Nothing in particular here I would like to play from the arsenal. So in that case, let's arsenal that one, because maybe we'll have to just play 7 and arsenal 1 card, block with the 2 right now. So just, yeah, already good start. So I guess that's a hammer for 7, and we can deal with that. Shame we cannot play right now out of the arsenal, I guess, so my bad. But we can block that using just cards like that. I guess we can block that. And playing off the arsenal now would represent damage, even no card in the arsenal for them, but yeah. Already out of the equipment. Unfortunate. So we are going for the 7 right now, arsenaling the hail to play 5 damage of 1 blue, if there's a space for that. Yeah, let's go with the buff. Hopefully they took out all the D-reacts, and we'll have to spend some cards or take the damage. This is, for the Iyslander, the Bravo is kinda one of the worst matchups. And the truth is that if there are a lot of Iylanders on the ProQuests, the Bravo maybe will be able to push through. Especially that it can kinda deal with dash in some ways. And it's an easy matchup against the Iyslander. So if they have the disruption, the dash or 5 players would have some issues with the crippling crashes and terrasanders and spinal crashes and so on. Yeah, it will be a hammer, I guess. Let's try doing just that and that. Yeah, some prevention. But now basically they cannot play the hammer. Okay. So now we are definitely taking cards with the Ice Vein, so that they are not able to play some crippling crashes and so on. Too easy. And we have the Fiendals. So we might as well do this. That's a 6 damage. Sometimes if they draw too much of the reds, this may happen. But since we saw already 4 of the reds pitched, I guess the next turns will be just fine. I wonder what they have in the arsenal. Yeah, they are unlucky in the draws, like really unlucky. Or just the deck building itself is not good. They potentially may have sideboarded the reds out and put more blues, maybe. So now still 7 damage, and they did not remove the reacts from the deck. I guess they were looking at the deck size, they were afraid that we will go into the setup mode, but the truth is against Bravo you have no time to do that. There are just too many dominates. So there is not a this is not a setup game. I am pushing for damage. I will not be setting up unless they let me. And if they let me, I guess this will not help them. If they just hammer for... Okay, so this is a 6. And I can deal... I can deal 3 here. Take 3 myself. And respond with the Ice Vein. They have 3 AB, meaning the yellow one will hit. And I will take a card. Maybe 2. If needed. But if we would go into the setup, I would prefer to leave the amulet on the board just in case. So this hit, and since it did, I'm assuming they will be discarding, meaning an attack for 9 like a spinal or 8 like a choke slam is coming. Hence, let them have that. This is a nice hand. I say we do that. Epot is not helping. But let's see if they want to prevent something. Bait them maybe into using the 2 cards to smash the hammer. So we can block the... Yeah, this is the hammer for 6. So there is a way that we can go for 7 arsenal that, blocking 3 out of it, and I guess I will take that route because they do not want to take damage too much. Yeah, I'm not playing the E-pot because this is not a setup game for me. At least that was not my initial plan for this game. So we will be pushing. And now something is coming. If they start dominating, I can pop the shoes if needed. Take some cards off the hand. So this is a pummel. So we can block with 1, discard the other one and play the bull anyway. I guess. This must be a pummel. Yeah, I can block with 1. Give me the pummel. Exactly. This will buff it to 11. So this will not come for 8, unfortunately. I can discard, I guess. That one. So we will reply with a 7 attack. They still have 4 cards in hand, no arsenal. Meaning they take the 7 or present a hammer next turn. And if they present the hammer, this is what's coming on our next turn. That's okay. That's the belting. And we need like 3 cards, so we can block it like that. What I'm worried about is the fact that when we go at low, they can go into the defense mode, meaning they will only hammer. And those will be the turns. Yeah, this is frisky. This is frisky on their side. So right now, I am keen on doing that. So let's go with an 8 onto the face. I should have like started with that after seeing the belting. There was always the risk of getting hit by that. Now we can play the cold snap, push for free, depending on what they do. Reply with that one. Yeah, that is a cold snap then, I guess. We need to block with that. Pummel hits us badly because it's a 9 and we have 7 then. And I just did the worst block. They are not following up. I should have used that. Damn it. This is really bad on my side. That was the worst play ever. And I am getting punished now. I should have used the sink below and switch one of the cards. to be able to reply now. This may cost us the game. Fortunately, they do not have enough for the pommel. Let's block like that. And like that. So now we need 3 cards to be maintained, so we only have 6 block, but they may as well dominate attack and pummel it to finish off the game, so or do that. And if they dominate, we do not have the reply for that. Which is kinda unfortunate. Yeah, my mistake. We basically lost because I didn't sink there, which would enable the fiendos and some blocks and so on. So yeah, crucial mistake. Crucial mistake. Oh, they are using this one, meaning they have the pommel, and the case is that I need to block. I need to block like 6, and if they have the pommel, they have the pommel. Fortunately, they did not. Fortunately, they did not, because this was the pommel, like easy pommel, and yeah, pushing 4 damage, leaving us to 5 with 1 card, just arsenal pass. Now we kinda fine, especially with that or that. So definitely playing that, or no reason to. Which one is better? Yeah, play that. Take that and that. So they are at 2, meaning they will have to block with 2 cards. Yeah. They could have used the plating as well. Don't know why they did not. So now we have what we need. Issue is if they dominate that, but they did not. So it's like the 3, 7, 9, 10. That's enough. 6 and a 4. And we will just use that. There is no way they can prevent that. Maybe if they have the respite, but I haven't seen any respites. And one of the sigil is already gone. I didn't have to use tunic as well, but if the game prolongs, this is a mistake. If they somehow get the respite or a sigil and blues to prevent that. Don't know if they passed and it's, or if they're thinking about what reactions they may have. Okay. Yeah, so now we are basically hoping that they do not have the respite or sigil and prevention. Yeah, that was not a GG. I mean, it was a huge mistake not to use sync for that bolting instead of blocking and switching the card, the red card, to be able to get that Fiandals, and this game would have gone completely differently if we do that. Now we were just lucky, so learn from that mistake, do not do stupid things like that, and it will get better. They were preparing for the game when we do kind of want to deck them out, like set up maybe, which is a mistake on their side. When you play Bravo against Iyslander, you just go. You just dominate a lot of attacks. You just have those sideboarded beltings, go wide options, and maybe the rouses and so on, and you just go into the face like big time with the dominated attacks, and like there's no tomorrow. And we then have no time to respond to that. We need to get lucky with the ice veins and so on to disrupt the hand, but if we do not, it's basically a game. So yeah, a lot of guardians today, like 2 of them right now, and then a ranger. Let's go and look for maybe some different opponents. I would really like to play a mirror or a ninja maybe, like, which represents more of the meta than this, but let's go out and see. Next up we will play against Defy. So against Defy we want to use Blizzard and Ice Veins, take out non-blocking cards. A Hypothermia does nothing, so let's leave it like that. They will be starting, so let's go into the game. I could have taken out 1 more card, let's say, looking at that, maybe one of the hexes, because it's not useful in that matchup so much. We'll just be blocking with that. So yeah, they will be starting, which is a shame, because with hand like that we would use these rounds on me, I guess. So they are popping off with the double strike, which is kind of awkward to block. I guess that's why it's in the deck. Unfortunate. Of course they will do that again, and now, like, since it's a 2, I guess we can block that with chill, but we would want to have the Insidious Chill set up on the field. So I would play these rounds on me, Insidious Chill, into something like the moon on the first turn. Okay, that is an easy block. Now the Anger, or just the Phoenix. They are setting up a better next turn. And they have like no AB, meaning we can play that up, pitching, fusing, and let's see. So we will take a card. I guess we want to arsenal the amulet, or we want to let's arsenal that. Nice hand for the next turn as well. Let's play the amulet just to mess with them a little. Now let's sink that. This is kind of fine hand. No reason to switch anything. Yeah, they have to pitch for that. They have to pitch for that. So they will be snatching. And I will let that snatch hit. If they want to break the scalars now, let's go. Not really. So now with the amulet, I can take a lot of cards out of their hand. Let's leave the blizzard out there. Yeah, so they are taking 5, giving us a card. Nah. Let's take another card. Or is it not the moment to do that? Let's take another card. The chill would be better on the field. So now we can reply with that one. This will not have go again. This will be just a tall one. So we can block 6 out of that tall, lose 1. But this is efficient. Still not getting the Insidious Chill onto the field, but we need to maintain the tempo. They will of course not be blocking that, but at least we will be staying in the range, meaning we are going down with the HP altogether. And yeah, definitely a blizzard in here, so that the turn is a bit crippled, and we will play the Insidious Aether Ice Vein. We can even pop the shoes right now to do that if we need to keep that turn. But let's see if they pay for that. If they pay for that, we do that. They've paid. Since they've paid and this is an Art of War turn, let's do the other thingy. Or we can use the other blizzard and do that. We can just use the other blizzard, right? And then play the Ice Vein from that, arsenaling the Cold Snap. So now they have like 2 Frostbites. And I mean, that's fine. What else they can do in that turn? Play 1 more attack. Not really, mate. You cannot do anything like that. You can play the Snatch. Of course you can play the Snatch. I can block the whole 5 and go off from there. And this is kinda tricky, because if they pop the Scalars now, this turn can go with the length, it can really go like a wide one. Undo the blocks. Let's undo the action, mate. I want to reply with the resource. Yeah. So now let's go like that and block the whole 5. This may be an early tunic for you, but the truth is I want to maintain the tempo. And if I did not do this, they would break the Scalars, draw, play another card, get Phoenix. We'll use the Phoenix, use the Lynx, get another 8 from the... That would be just a mess. So this would be 5 plus potentially another 4 plus 2, 11 plus 8, 19, I would be at 8. Now I'm at 27. healthy 27, they go down to 19. I still have the boots, and they are playing off 4 cards. And I have the bull in hand. And I will do that and do that. So potentially freezing the arsenal, so they will have 1 less card to play with. They go down to 16. I can block the 3, I can respond with 7 next turn, and I have the arsenal of channel just to slow the game. That's okay. They took out the Minnowism, so there will be an attack and a blade follow-up. Yeah, and the Phoenix, of course, meaning I will be taking 7 down to 20, maybe even more. Yep. That's okay. I understand that, mate. So that will be an 8. Not so bad. Now since this will be an 8, they will go down to 8. This can represent 5. They have no AB. I am wondering if I should go with this in arsenal, because this is 5. They will take 8, leaving them at 8. So this is 5. I need to draw the 3 spell to be able to kill them, meaning it's a better bet to do it like that than aim at playing the channel. And if they block, the turn is already crippled a bit, so that's fine. And we have some resources to use. Let's give them the Frosty. And that, meaning we put them at 8. Let's take the 3. It doesn't matter, basically. Let's take the blade. Please tell me it's not solve the wound. So playing the channel would be better option now, as you can see. Playing it slowly. And they have the boots. This is bad. This is really bad. They will pop it. Yeah. And this is 2. So I would gladly block the 3. Yeah. Doesn't really matter as long as we are dealing the 7. Because we can pop the shoes, play that, fused. Of course we will do that. Play that, fuse it, 4, 7. Let's see if you have the... Yeah, you don't. The Oasis would save them, but fortunately they did not have it, so that's good for us. Maybe keeping the channel would be better right there instead of the hail. I'm not sure. The ball, yeah. But let's go and look for the another game. This was rather a good one. Our next game will be played against Dorinthea. And for Dorinthea we want to get the hypos to prevent go against, blizzards as well, 8 ice veins to stop the tempo. We will get rid of those as well as those, and maybe one of the frost hexes. For the equipment it will stay like that, and let's get ready. And from the looks of it, they will be going first. No, we will be going first with a messy hand. Actually, it would be good to filter that a bit. I guess we can arsenal the ice vein. And so maybe let's play it like that, just to gain 1 life. And potentially take maybe some good cards out of the hand. Spoils is okay. And I am doing it like that because I want the ice vein and to play it next turn. And we have the setup for that. Basically any of those, so we can block with 2 cards. Yeah, easily like that. And get the hypo in the arsenal for the next turn as well. Or we want the ice vein. Let's see, they will just lose 1 card. Now let's get the hypo in the arsenal. This will be better. Because they can just take the 5 or 4 pitching blue, prevent 1 and pay 2, and play with 4 cards. Hence hypo is better to stop the tempo. This makes no sense, because they still have to pay and they will lose 2 cards like that. They should not prevent at all and just pay. I guess that's fine. Now I wonder if the chill wouldn't be better in the arsenal. And they have 2 AB, so the blue one hurts as well. So we can just block like that. Do not do anything right now. If they want to give that go again, then we would pop off. But they do not, meaning we can do that right now and follow up with the moon. But let's see what they do. They have like 2 AB, so okay, that's fine. They have to pay for that as well. Let's see. Okay, so now the moon makes sense because it's 1 damage anyway. Yep. Yet again, we can stop the go again. But this will be just 7, right? Yeah. 7. I guess we block like that and still follow up with the tempo play. So take 4 in here. If they have another respite, they will not gain life right now. Hopefully they do not have it right now. Yeah, so they will just pay. And now let's follow up with another 2. That's okay. Iron Song. But they do not have the go again yet. And they will not have the go again. Not on my watch. Of course, they can buff it. Yeah, exactly. I am not even too worried about that. This will enable the bull. So yeah. They have to give me a card here. Not really. So they like the hand so much. This is the respite. Oh, steel blade. From the hand. Okay. We have Blizzard. We can play that. Blizzard, Sync. Not bad. I guess we will react with Sync, see what they do. Yeah, now they should not be able to do so. Let's attack for 7. The problem is that we are kinda equal in life, and they have so many cards each turn. The arsenal is still there, so we need something more than just straight out attacks. Yeah, they can just take it. This would be good to have. Maybe we can just play that and overblock the first attack. Like strictly overblock that. I mean, they need to have like CNC yet again to be able to present damage right now, unless they can buff it by 7. Okay, now they can do what they want. Now they can do what they want. I guess no blocks, in case they have some repress. I mean, we do not have blocks. Okay. We can like avoid blocking at all and play 5 into 7 next turn. So I shouldn't play that if we wanted to avoid blocking. Let's not block. Because if we need to block, we will block the second one. Oh, now they are taking the resource. Okay. Let's give them the counter. Let's see if they want to be in range. Because they used 2 of the glints and the twinning blade, meaning if we overblock the first one and they do not have like go again giver, and then we should probably be safe. This is unfortunate, only a 7. So I'm guessing what we need is overblock and arsenal that. Shame we cannot overblock. That's fine. So now basically they need to overcommit, and we need to switch with the sync, hoping this will be a bigger spell. But it's not. Meaning we do not have enough to kill them right now. So now we will play the Fiendals, meaning they will have to commit. I mean, they will have to give us some cards. And then if they want to attack, they will have less resources to prevent. This has to be respite. If they are taking the damage, it has to be respite. No spell yet again. Spoils. I mean, they will have to prevent 2. Let's go like that. Yeah. It's 7, so let's block 7. This will take off the counters as well. We will just arsenal I hope to draw something, but it's impossible, I see. We would have to play that to kind of sort them out. Okay, so they have two. We can do that. Fuse that. Play that. They can pay 2 in here. Then we will ask them to pay another. Okay, they won't. So let's see if they pay in here. If they do, it's basically the game. Because now they have no resources. So that's the game. Yep, good one. Let's go and look for another one, but how many turns we've played? Like 12? Not so bad. And what they actually used? Nothing fancy. I mean, they lacked steel blades and so on. I mean the songs. Yeah. So let's go and look for another one. And for our last game of today, we will be playing the mirror matchup. For the mirror, let's take out the sink belows, I guess, and maybe let's not include those. Let's take some blues, and yeah, actually, let's take the scars in here. Yeah, this should do it. For the equipment, of course, we are going to take the 5 AB if needed. And let's start the game. Right off the bat, if they present any arcane damage, we will of course want to stack up the Constellas. And yeah, the matchup is about being patient. The best case we can do early is establish some hexes and insidious shields and so on, amulets. So we are getting hit by Fiendal. I guess we can gladly block like that. Because we will get the one back. Okay, that's awkward. Yeah, we have to. We kinda have to. And I'm arsenaling the other fighting spirit and pitching that if they try to do arcane this turn. Okay, they are taking it, playing the Frost Hex, so they were fortunate to find that first. We will pitch to prevent the arcane. No reason not to. And arsenal that. Okay, so this is a fighting spirit war. Which is fine, I guess. But they have the frost hex, which is unfortunate. If they play something, they can like block with those, play and use the moon to deal like 4 damage to me right now and take only 1, which is not ideal. We have the frost hex as well, and they have a frost hex, so we kinda have to prevent that. So let's pay 5. And follow up with another 7. And I guess I'm not preventing in here. I will be arsenaling the frost hex. We kinda need that. They will establish the second one. Which is not ideal. Yeah. Zero and 0. Arsenal. I mean, undo that. The turns went last turn. Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to play that. And if they want to arsenal now, I see no reason not to do this. Because it's basically 4 damage with the frostbite. Okay, so now we understand each other. And now let's take 2 cards out of their hands. Okie dokie. I mean, I only now realize that they're playing the Coronet Peak instead of the AB5. Meaning the red ones are painful for them. Buff mode. What can we do with the buff mode? I guess we can do that. Let's go for another 7. They will be playing from something from Arsenal, I guess. Let's hope it's not a third Frost Hex, because if it is, we need to hurry up. It's a hail. So this will represent 4. Let's take the 4. Okay, 7 total. Is it worth it? Yeah, it is. Because now I can reply with 4. And I can buff the power. I could have drawn, hopefully drawing blue, preventing the AB, preventing the arcane if needed. Could be better, because it's still 5 damage, they need to block. And if they try to play something, we can prevent half of it. So they have the D-React. No, they have a big turn ahead. Yeah. So taking 5. That's kinda great. Let's see what they do after that. This time I will use the draw mechanic on the strike, just to be a bit wiser. And basically person drawing the Ice Eternal first right now is kinda winning in that scenario. That's a bad card to have. Man, it's Arsenal that one. Third Frost Hex, but not useful. Buff mode. Setting themselves for the prevention. Yeah, let's do the same, I guess. Let's be patient. Let's at least try to be patient. Yeah, they have the Ice Eternal first. And we are looking at 15 damage total. And they will pop that. Of course they will pop it. I will pay. Interesting. This does not kill me. They messed up. They messed up a bit. That's fine. That is making 8 damage to me. But now I am drawing the cards. And I can do that. And they cannot do anything to me right now. Yeah, let's just pop the boots. And that's a GG. They messed up with that Ice Eternal. They used that too early. Not being able to kill and clearing out their hand, knowing that I will be on the play. Patience, as mentioned before, patience in this matchup is crucial. Yeah, GG. And yeah, that was the last one for today, I guess. So thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. We will definitely be playing some more before the ProQuests. Maybe testing out the different decks or continuing with this one. We will see. Thank you guys yet again, and see you next time. Cheers.